Give me head top. You better give me head top. Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. I am back. Yes, we are back at it again. Let me make some changes over here really quickly. I do have some topics for us to talk about today. So make sure you're coming in, liking up the video. Let's see. Girl, why is my feet tingling? What is that about? Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Let me do this real quick. What's going on, everybody? We are about to chit chat about a few things. We got to talk about the rumors I've been hearing about Shaunie O'Neal giving up $50,000 so she could be with Pastor Keion. That's a mess. And I don't really believe that. And I'm going to let y'all know why I don't really believe that. We got to talk about Megan Thee Stallion, whose attorney finally came out to speak. Because I felt like this has been out there for like a few months. And I don't think that the attorney, I don't recall. Maybe they did. Maybe they came out immediately and debunked the claims of the photographer. But I don't know. I feel like they didn't do it quick enough. But we'll get into that article. And what else? Of course, Savannah James, just a little bit. Y'all know she got her podcast, right? And this is LeBron James' wife. And I was kind of weary of her having her podcast because I was like, I really like her. I think she's so unproblematic. She don't be into the mess of it all. And yeah, like, girl, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this because I feel like people gonna start picking apart her podcast and they're gonna find the most salacious things and they're gonna try to like attack her or whatever. But so far so good. You know, it don't seem like it's that bad. I haven't listened to a full podcast yet. I do plan on it, but I have not yet. But I've been seeing some clips and stuff, and it hasn't been that bad. But yeah, we're gonna get into her latest clip where she talked about getting into fights and stuff in high school and not really understanding why people didn't like her and them not having answers as to why they didn't like her. Kind of like when Preston and Jasmine them didn't really have a real answer as to why they didn't invite her on the trips with the other folks. It's kind of like that, girl. Just a little bit. And girl, not Trump being guilty. What does this mean? What does this mean for the elections and for America? I feel like it means not a god thing. But of course, we will get into it, okay? But before we get into all of that, not you rushing from his live, child. Is he live or is he premiering? Girl, I don't be knowing what that man be over there doing for real. Oh, it's a premiere. Anywho, sorry. Well, you can bounce back and forth. We appreciate you, Universal Soul Goddess. Thank you. Before we get into that, y'all, before we really get into the hot topics, y'all know I got to give y'all a little fluff so we can give people time to get into the room, okay? We got over 100 people so far, so thank y'all for being here. But we only got 27 likes, so make sure that we pressing those buttons, okay? Showing the support. But girl, Lisa, did y'all get into this? Walgreens, Target, Walmart, and Amazon, and probably more stores are starting to cut their prices, y'all. And it's really giving heavy on the that's what you motherfuckers get. Now, from what I read the other day over on Twitter, the reason they're lowering their prices is because, girl, they was already over there price gouging, okay? They was trying to gouge the hell of the money. They was trying to gouge the money the hell up out of us. As if America already ain't trying to gouge money up out of us in other ways, okay? So basically, them raising the prices so high on their products has resulted in them not, from kind of what I read, how I broke it down for myself. I'm not going to say they're not performing well, but I guess they probably was expecting to sell more stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say they're not performing as well with them raising them prices like that because we ain't got it, okay? We ain't got it, in the words of Tasha K. So now, because of that and they're being somewhat affected, they are starting to lower their prices. Okay, matter of fact, let me hop over to Twitter just to see if I saved that article that I saw the other day, or at least that tweet or whatever it was. Let me see if I saved that, because I was like, that's what you motherfuckers get. Okay, it was a tweet. So let me show y'all this tweet that I came across. And then he linked this article to it. It was with Yahoo Finance. So let's get into this, all right? So it says Amazon, Walmart, and Target, and we can now add Walgreens to that. Excuse me, all just announced they're cutting prices to bring back customers after making the mistake of raising them too damn high. It turns out they could have cut prices all along, but those people was being greedy instead. It was the greed that was hitting them the hell up. And then this lady was like, can you cite your sources? And he was like, BIT already gave you the source. Here go the source right here. It's giving finance. Yahoo. And I'm slick over here. That's what you hoes get. That's what you motherfuckers get. Trying to run up in our pockets. Y'all done had us running the hell up out the store because we can't afford the shit. Okay? That's what you motherfuckers get. Now y'all got to sit up here and drop the cost in order to get your customers back. That's what you hoes get. Now if you see me in Target trying to see what the sales are, mind your business. Okay? That's what you mind your good business. If you catch me trying to find a piece of a clearance on the sale. All right? But I do hope for the rest of the people, they don't run their ass into these stores and buy up eat a motherfucking thing because y'all had no business raising these prices like that on the people. Anyway, okay, how I go? Good times, scratching and surviving. Is that what they say? Scratching and surviving. Good time, girl. This is not good times, bitch. They tried to make it look glamorous over there on that TV show, bitch. This is giving every bit of rough times. So if you got to scratch and survive, no, ma'am. It's giving Robin Peter so you can sit up there and pay Paul, bitch ass. That's what it's giving. All right, and I hope them people do not run up in y'all stores trying to give y'all not damn piece of their coin unless they really need it. They're saying Amazon Fresh just became the latest big box retailer to cut costs on thousands of items, following in the footsteps of Walmart and Target in reversing course on years of inflation-induced price hikes in a bid to lure back disgruntled customers. Let me tell y'all, so y'all need to get this together in the housing market too. Okay, y'all need to realize what y'all done did so that y'all can lower them prices. And hopefully, girl, I don't know, I'm kind of scared of that. Because, Bill, when I tell you that market going to be so competitive once them prices or interest rates possibly drop, girl, them people is going to be on it. And I really feel like corporations should be restricted at a certain point to where they cannot buy up homes. I think that is so unfair to your citizens that have built up this country and stuff and continuing to build up this country. I don't think corporations should be able to go in and just buy up a block of houses. You know what I'm saying? They already throwing up apartments every which way. Every time you look, getting whiplash because they throwing one up over here, throwing one up over there, go up the street, it's over here, it's over there. They throwing them hoes up. Okay, but anywho, that's a whole nother conversation. All right, but let's keep going. So they're saying the company's Amazon Fresh subsidiary announced Thursday that it will slash the cost of 4,000 weekly rotating grocery products by up to 30%. Okay, the discounts will apply to both a national and Amazon store brands. Now, let me tell y'all something also. Amazon, I don't trust y'all for sure. I don't. I might order a little piece here and a little piece there. Girl, not me had place to order the other day. But listen, I might order a little piece here or there. But the problem really be, I feel like y'all be overpricing SHI and then be putting discounts on it to make it appear as though it's really a discount when really you're charging us what you originally would have charged anyway. You're just making it seem as though it's a discount. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like if the goal was for them to already charge $50 for the product anyway, they'll probably say that it was $100, but then telling you that it's 50% off. When really in your head, you're like, oh, I'm getting a deal. No, you're not. We was going to charge you what was that anyway. We was going to do that anyway. So we still winning. So I don't know if I fully trust this. Y'all putting this out here and pushing this information to the media, because I feel like just hearing that y'all are about to start doing rotating 4,000 weekly items up to 30%. I feel like that's not no deal. 30% off. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what you're getting, but I really feel like it ain't no deal, especially when y'all be putting up to, because y'all be quick When you go into a location, they'll have this big ass 30%, and then at the very bottom, it'll say up to. Like, y'all be on some hot stuff, and then you get in the store, most of the shit in there 10% off. Absolutely not. I hope y'all don't make a motherfucking dime. Understand. What else are they saying? They're saying Target made a similar promise as Amazon, saying it would cut the prices of 5,000 items, including diapers and pet food. All right. The realtor rolled out its deal-worthy discount brand in February, introducing 400 household and essential products, mostly under $10. Walmart also said it would lower cost of 7,000 items, a 45% increase in price rollback. Girl, we gonna see, bitch. And y'all know I don't go up in Walmart like that, but I might have to slide and see if y'all do got a little piece of 45% or something. But anywho, they're saying Aldi and Kroger both made moves to lower grocery prices as well. Now, Kroger, you know you on that bullshit, because, girl, I could have sworn we went in there and got 10 items, and it was giving $75. But okay, maybe I was on the wrong aisles. I'm going to have to go up to y'all and ask an employee, where is the clearance at? Where is the discounts? I'm going to have to ask y'all to be very specific and direct me right over there to where the hell I need to go. All right. So we're just going to see. I don't know if we're going to hear more about this. I hope that we do hear more about it and see, you know, people like, oh, you know, I got this discount, I got that discount, or whatever the case is. So we'll see. But it's just the fact that y'all even did that to folks and raised the prices so high, and that the government allowed y'all to do it. Meanwhile, they sending billions of dollars overseas, and y'all really don't care about the people in America. And then y'all want to come up here and beg for us to vote for you bitches. Like, F all y'all. But anyway, I do feel a way about that. I definitely feel a way. Y'all finessed us, and then now y'all trying to continue, in my opinion, to finesse us to buy back into you all stores, so y'all can look good when it comes to whatever reports y'all got to put out about the performance of your stores, I suppose. Girl, F y'all. Okay. But that's what we have so far on some of the stores and what's going on with them. Amazon, what they say, Aldi, Kroger, Amazon, Target, Walmart, Walgreens. Let me hop back over here to see what Walgreens said they're going to do. They said, for reference, customers who shop for an 80-count container of one-a-day men's and women's gummies will now pay $11.99 instead of $13.49. BITCH, that is not no goddamn discount. That is a normal discount. $13.49, girl. What the hell is that? 13. That is, girl. That's $1.50. Y'all gonna have to come with it and stop playing in these people's face. Stop playing in these people's face now. That stuff should have been $5 for an 80-count container of gummies if you're trying to get it the hell up off your shelf. They're saying a 20-count pack of Always pads, the regular pack, was previously at $7.49. Guess what? Oh my God, they're saying the cost is now $6.99. Bitches, you stupid? Are you dumb? $7.49 down to $6.99, and y'all got the audacity to tell us, like, why was this newsworthy? Because this seems like an ordinary sale in y'all weekly ad. This is not cutting prices. Okay? This is chipping prices, but it ain't cutting, bitch. We gonna cut in half. Okay? Y'all already multiplying the price anyway, be getting that shit for $2 and be trying to charge folks $13. Okay? We on to you, bitch. But, girl, let me just, because they done pissed me the hell off sitting up here talking about something. Girl, that is effed up. Talking about they going to be cutting prices on vitamins, female hygiene products, toothbrushes, pain relief patches, hand cream, and mini pretzels. Girl, I know, Jasmine, y'all had to put the mini pretzels in there to be funny. Because who gives a shit about that? Let me back up off these people because I can't take it. Y'all literally put this in the news like y'all really was doing y'all big one, and y'all wasn't doing a bigger damn thing, okay? Let's keep going. Let's get into these black men that are suing American Airlines. Girl, they said they suing them for some body odor or something like that. I don't know if they was kicked off the plane or something because they was stinking or allegedly stinking. But let me put my headphones on because they do got them a little news thing. A little we probably gonna get into the I'm gonna play the video, but let's get into the article first. 3 black men sue American Airlines for racial discrimination after allegedly being pulled off plane over body odor complaint. American Airlines, y'all better get y'all SHI together. Didn't the people just go on strike not too long ago because you hoes didn't want to pay or something? Anywho, they're saying these black men filed a federal lawsuit Wednesday against American Airlines, claiming they were racially discriminated against when they were allegedly pulled off a plane over a body odor complaint. So they were snatched the hell off. Girl, that is some messy stuff there, honey. The men had boarded a New York City bound flight in Phoenix on January 5th. When American Airlines employee asked 8 passengers who were all black men to leave the plane. Girl, I know you got to be fired, Miss Suzanne. You have got to be fired. Because what made you pull those men off? And what smell were you smelling exactly? Girl. All right. They list these men's name. You have Alvin, Emmanuel, and Xavier. Say they did not know each other and were not seated together. Well, guess what? They done bonded now. In an interview, with Wednesday with NBC News, they were saying that Emmanuel and Alvin said they felt singled out for being black and were humiliated by the episode. Being grouped and removed hits all the trigger points of things that I don't think should happen to black people anymore. All right. Emmanuel said the men were made to look like criminals as they walked down the aisle of the plane. He said he has not flown since the incident and that he broke down as he relived it. Okay, it still affects me. When I do get on a plane again, it's going to be something that haunts me. Child, you better play it. Boy, you better play it up. You better play this up. If that's not how you genuinely feel, you better play this bitch up. I'll be crying all throughout that interview, showing my emotional distress, Your Honor. All right. In a statement, American Airlines said it was investigating the incident and that the claims do not reflect their core values or our purpose of caring for people. We take all claims of discrimination very seriously and want our customers to have a positive experience when they choose to fly with us. All 8 men reboarded the flight about an hour later after complaining about discrimination and after the airline could not book them on a later flight. The plaintiffs are seeking awards of compensatory damages to be determined in a jury trial. They suffered during the entire flight home, and the entire incident was traumatic, upsetting, scary, humiliating, and degrading. The lawsuit also alleges that American Airlines has a documented history of mistreating black passengers, citing a 2017 NAACP travel advisory warning black passengers that their safety could be compromised if they flew American Airlines, referencing a series of troublesome conduct. Girl, this is not looking good for you, but this is not.
Happened here. A group of men rounded up on the jet bridge after being temporarily removed from that American flight from Phoenix to New York. According to the suit, they say airline employees suggested that a complaint about body odor is what prompted their removal. The men say that was not true. They sat down with CBS earlier today.
As I got my things and walked to the front of the plane and made a left to the jet bridge, I noticed that there was 7 other black men. And that kind of was like, okay, what's happening here?
I want to bring in Emily Aketa now, who's got more on this. Okay, so what was happening here? What are the allegations?
So I'll say this. I've got the lawsuit here with me. It's certainly not mincing words here, accusing American Airlines of blatant and egregious race discrimination. And of the 8 men who were all black, who apparently were forced off of the plane, 3 of them are now suing, and you're seeing them on your screen. Alvin Jackson, Emmanuel Jean Joseph, and Xavier Reveal. By the way, they did not know each other before this January incident. They weren't sitting near each other, and they didn't even learn about why they were being asked to get out of their seat until after the fact. They learned learned that there was a complaint over body odor. And I think we had gotten our hands on some of the cell phone videos of the incident, and you really, their sense of disbelief and confusion and frustration is really quite palpable. You can hear comments like, "We're the only ones getting taken off the plane. Look at us." I paid for the flight just like everybody else.
Come on.
Here's more from their interview with CBS.
It's almost inconceivable to come up with an explanation for that other than the color of their skin, particularly since they didn't know each other, they weren't sitting near each other. It seems fairly apparent that race was part of this dynamic.
Ooh.
So after they were forced off of the plane and they were
And
at
again,
the
the
gate,
complaint America allegedly was body odor. That's why.
body odor, and they said that that was not a thing. Well, then they were let back on the plane, and they ended up taking the same flight back to JFK, and it was just an hour delayed. So.
What is the American Airlines saying about all this?
Yeah, so one thing I will point out is that there are a number of airlines that have policies around body odor. I was looking on American Airlines website, for instance, that says to ensure a safe environment for everyone, you must be respectful that your odor isn't offensive. But again, the lawsuit alleges they didn't have body odor, and they also pointed out that this appeared to be all black male passengers. All of the black male passengers on the plane had been asked to get off the plane. American Airlines sharing this statement with us: "We take all claims of discrimination very seriously," going on to say our teams are currently investigating the matter as the claims do not reflect our core values. The lawsuit also goes on to say that they do not believe this is an isolated incident. They point out in 2017 when the NAACP issued a travel advisory against American Airlines, warning black passengers of a recent string of what they said possible racial bias incidents. That travel advisory had been lifted some 8 or 9 months later, and the airline had invited the NAACP to tour their headquarters. So.
Wow. Emily Akita, thank you for staying on top of this one. Keep us posted.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Listen, I'm here for them soon, baby. I'm here because, see, y'all pulled these people off this plane and then said that they had some type of odor only to allow them to get back on said plane. Like, and then here's going to be, if they're saying they pulled off all the black folks, all they're going to do is go to the list to see who all booked the flight, who all boarded the flight that day. And it's probably going to be proof to their claims. I would like to know who was the individual that pulled them off. That is crazy. And shout out to these 3 men for being willing to go forward with this lawsuit. I know the other 5 men probably wish they would have tapped in, honey. But shout out to them, and shout out to the attorney, Miss Sue. Because Miss Sue, that's her name. She's living to sue you hoes. That's what it's given, okay? Her name is Sue for a reason, and she's definitely here to try and collect on their behalf. And I hope they get all their coinage. All right? I feel like this ain't even the first time. Like, yeah, I know they cited the 2017 incident, but I feel like American Airlines, I feel like this ain't the first time. Okay, I feel like they've gone viral for stuff in the past, in more recent years, but maybe no lawsuit has come up against them. But I feel like they've been in some more recently. But here we are. I support whatever they want to do when it comes to this situation, because you don't pull these people off the flight, inconvenience them, embarrass them, then brought them back on this very flight. I don't know what that was all about, but good luck. All right. Right, that's what I'm saying, Tiara. Who made the complaint? Someone, Sugar Shan says, notice how they show us their faces and tell us their names, but they don't tell us this chick's name or show us her face. Let us see this heifer. Exactly. Let us see. I guess American Airlines, they're gonna protect their employee, and therefore their company is gonna be on the forefront versus her in particular. They may expose her should she be fired. I want to know now. I want to know now if this person has a history of, discriminating against people, discriminating or whatever against folks. So I'm wondering, what's her history? Who is she? And I bet you if they pull up her name, it might be different cases. And I wouldn't be surprised if her coworkers may have had an experience with her too. You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna see, girl. But that's what's going on. These black men are suing them. So hopefully they get their coin like them black men got their coin up out of Starbucks, child. But let's keep going, all right? It looks like Megan Thee Stallion's attorney has finally responded to the lawsuit that was filed by the cameraman. All right, let's hop over here and see what they're saying with Rolling Stone. All right, let's go down. They said in a new court filing obtained by Rolling Stone, Megan's lawyers say there is no truth to the fabricated and outlandish claims of sexual harassment and labor code violations made by the former cameraman. You know what? I do remember this. I don't know if this is new information that has surfaced. The date on this article is from May 30th, but I do, because her attorney is Alex Shapiro. Isn't that the same attorney for Jay-Z? So I feel like he had already commented on this a while ago, but it looks like the attorneys are saying that the plaintiff is a con artist who is manipulating the judicial system to act as his publicist and bullhorn in a desperate attempt to boost his failed singing career while trying to tear down the successful career of Megan Thee Stallion. Throughout his tenure as an independently contracted photographer and videographer for Miss Pete and her production companies, they're saying Garcia repeatedly falsified his invoices and overcharged Miss Pete for services he never completed and sought reimbursement for money he never spent. Baby, I feel like it's easy to kind of finesse on stuff like that as a cameraman. I don't know. Girl, they make this sound real compelling. I would not be surprised if he did falsify some stuff. He probably is upset. Like, I don't know. They're saying Pete lawyers allege that Garcia's pattern of misrepresentations was so prevalent that Miss Pete was forced to terminate him in June 2023. Even though he was trying to say that she acted inappropriate in his face and he witnessed some inappropriate things and that may have contributed and led to his firing. I do think that some things may have happened. You know what I'm saying? As far as her probably mentioning things about his body, because he tried to say that she came for his body and different stuff like that. You know, saying something about don't eat that, you fat, you whatever like that. And I feel like I could see that type of stuff being said. When you probably thinking it's just a joke and you just playing. But some people take stuff to heart, even though they don't really mention it to you. They may feel away. You know, but I did find myself questioning some stuff because I was like, if she would have never fired you, would you have ever come to the front to talk about, oh, she was engaging in some type of activity with another woman in my face and all this and that. So it was some questionable things on his behalf. But then I also know, I do recall that there were a few things that could have happened when it came to this case with he and Megan. Now they're saying angry at the loss of this high profile gig and his exile from the inner circles of stardom, Garcia filed a factually and legally frivolous complaint. He took a run of the meal wage and labor dispute and trumped up his frivolous claims with sensationalist false allegations of sex, debauchery, and workplace harassment for the sole purposes of creating a media firestorm to tarnish the career and reputation of Miss Pete. Now, I feel like they ain't lying about that because I do remember when he said that I guess him and Megan had an issue. She was hearing him, I guess, pretty much talk SHI. They got on the phone call. It was obvious that she was drunk via FaceTime, but she made a promise to him about something. And it's like, well, if she's drunk, how is she going to actually promise you something when she's under the influence? Would that really be legible or whatever the term would be? Like, would that really be something? If she was under the influence, you would want to revisit that when she is not under the influence or whatever, and being able to sign to what she said, put, you know, pen to pad to make sure that you have something in writing. So, them attorneys beefed up that lawsuit, you know, for some parts as well. They're saying Garcia alleged in his lawsuit filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court that he was ultimately terminated in retaliation for his complaints about wage and hour issues. He claimed he was fired the night before a scheduled gig after he confided in her makeup artist that he felt mistreated and was considering leaving because Pete had started working with another cameraman. I think it was this incident where she had found out he was talking about her and they had a conversation and she had told him, according to him, that they were good or whatever it was, but then she was drunk as well. So according to him, I don't really see this lawsuit going that far. I think it's going to get thrown out. They're saying in his most explicit claim, Garcia alleged he was traveling with Megan in Spain in June 2022 when she suddenly engaged in certain contact with another woman right beside him in a moving vehicle. Plaintiff was embarrassed, mortified, and offended throughout the whole ordeal. Megan just needs to pay our client what he's due, own up to her behavior, and quit this sort of sexual harassment and fat shaming conduct, which was really interesting because you supposed to be suing her on behalf of wages. Why y'all tried to center it around some sexual type stuff or whatever, like she really did something to him, was like, I mean, maybe y'all was using it to speak to her character of some sort. But that's just real interesting and real messy. Emilio should never have been put in a position of having to be in the vehicle with her while she had sex with another woman. Inappropriate is putting it lightly. Exposing this behavior to employees is definitely illegal. Well, y'all ain't suing her for that, really? Or did they? Maybe he did have a little piece of harassment on to that or something, and him witnessing that behavior. Okay. Pete's lawyers, Pete as in Megan, her lawyers also provided notice they were seeking to transfer the case to federal court. They described Garcia as a citizen of Texas and Megan a citizen of Florida. And Rock Nation is improperly named in the lawsuit. They further stated that Garcia's contract named New York as a pre-selected forum for any disputes. Plaintiff alleged in his complaint both that he was a citizen of California and that Rock Nation, Miss Megan's management company, somehow employed him. No, they didn't. Both of these allegations are very false. I don't believe that because they manage her. Anything that she would do with you directly, because I feel like if you worked for Rock Nation, you wouldn't solely be a cameraman for just Megan, more than likely others. And he kind of detailed that in the lawsuit. So I do believe he worked directly with her and whoever her company was, like her, I don't know if it's Hot Girl Entertainment. I'm not sure what her production company is called, but I think he worked directly with her. So we're going to see what's going to happen with this case. I do feel like it may be thrown out, but baby, they said they're going to take it to the federal and they're going to let it be whatever it is. Okay. And they did highlight, I remember the last time that he was using this suit. And they may have mentioned it here to pretty much try to tarnish her a character by bringing up the SEX allegations and stuff like that. And they also, I remember saying that this is more of a employer wages type of suit, not no harassment and all of this other stuff type of suit. He's just trying to make her look bad in the media. But that's according to Shapiro. So we'll see what the result is going to be. I wouldn't settle with him, in my opinion, because I feel like he does not necessarily have enough evidence. A lot of what he said took place between he and Megan were more so conversation and not text message. And then the other thing that he may have is how he went about submitting his invoices to Megan so that he could get paid and stuff. So, I mean, that may be something he has to prove. How do you prove that? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a tough case, because how do you prove that because you don't have a system where you're clocking in and clocking out. I mean, he could have created something on his phone where he clocked in, clocked out, and just had Megan, like, when he's about to take pictures, like, yo, can you just put just stamp that? Create some type of form where all she had to do was hit tap and it was like her initials. I don't know. Maybe he could have set up something. But all in all, how did you really prove that the time you're trying to get paid for, you really did that type of time filming with her? So that's why I'm like, I don't really see this going anywhere, and I damn sure don't see her paying him out. Honestly, I wouldn't pay him out when you make certain allegations like I was harassing you, and then you try to say I was humping on whoever in the car and all this other stuff. Whether you got proof or not, I'm gonna push it to the limit. That's probably why I would push it to the limit, because he wouldn't get no coin up out of me, because you feel a way that you got fired, but you had no intentions of ever saying anything until you got fired. So that's just my thoughts on that, sir. Good luck. Let's keep it going. This is Savannah James. All right. She talks about her getting into fights in high school a lot. This is her podcast she has with her good girlfriend, and it's called Everybody's Crazy. I was on her page the other day. I think I was on their page, and it was a cute little video. Where I think they had recorded their IG live, and they were getting ready to film the podcast, and they went live real quick, and LeBron hopped on the podcast. It was so cute. And she was like, "Oh, that's my husband." It was just so cute, the little dynamic between them. She said, "You supposed to call in." He was like, "I know, but I saw that you guys were on live, so I wanted to hop on live and say, hey, or whatever." So I just thought that little dynamic was just like so cute. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Jameses and all of that stuff. But this is a video of her speaking on high school, so let's check out what she had to say.
High school was... What was you doing in high school? Girl, fighting. Fighting? I've never been in a fight in my life. Ooh, not wearing no bonnet, and I don't fight. You love to fight.
No, I don't.
First of all.
But I had to defend myself. Like, I had a lot of that. I had girls who didn't like me and couldn't tell nobody why they didn't like me. Like, my whole group of friends, it was like...
Your friends?
Tough. It was a lot. And I feel like in high school, like, you like, well, what? Like... Yeah, I was really jolly and I mind my business in high school. I did too, but that don't mean I wasn't in no fights. And I do feel like a lot of the fights that I had, it was me being just like an ally of my friends. I don't feel like I really fought a fight that was my fight. Because I was nice. I feel like I got along with majority everybody.
But I would hate you too if your boyfriend was LeBron.
I was just finna say this.
This is not okay.
But not
Not
really.
hate her,
I really wouldn't
but
hate you,
this is
but I
not
would just
okay.
say, but I feel like, yes.
Because then how do I feel?
They're like, why couldn't it be me?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's why they was mad at you.
I was in high school fighting.
Yeah. Those days are behind us.
No
We don't
young
fight
women should be
anymore.
fighting.
We do not fight no more. We call security.
Well, if you're in high school and you're approached with a fighting incident, you should not fight. Just go to the principal. I'm a snitch.
Security. That's security.
I wish she would have asked her a question about where I know she wasn't going to ask this question, but I wish she would have asked her, when was a time in your adult life that you had to call security to avoid confrontation with somebody? That's what I would. Now, she may not have answered that question, but I would have loved to have known that question. But that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, the girls didn't like you because of who your man was, because they was like, well, high school sweethearts. I don't think he went to college. I think he went straight to the NBA right out of high school. So the girls knew what was going to happen with him, and they felt the way about you. But more than anything, it sounds like she was fighting her friends' battles, though, not so much as her own. Now, I don't know. So, Savannah girl, you might have to check them friends, because they probably was over there saying your ass up. Possibly. They could have been saying you up. All right? I feel like it about was a lot of that in high school, where motherfuckers to say that you said something that you ain't never said, even though they your friend, but high key, they didn't really like you for real, even though they was your friend, and they would set you up and get you into some stuff. Because I know I had almost got into a fight in the lunchroom. I didn't even know this girl didn't even like me. I ain't even talk about the girl. I ain't even know that. Like, what is you talking about? And she felt the way about me. You know what I'm saying? And we was in the cafeteria one morning. I don't know what she said, but she said something. And I kind of was like, who's she talking to? Are you talking to me? Ah, well, we can do it. So, I had jumps up, girl, and all these people started to grab me, and I was throwing the people up off me, girl. We was really finna get into it, but we couldn't really get to each other because she was on the other side of the table, and she was kind of like further up or whatever, and I was kind of like, back. But it was a mess, because I went to school with my big brother, and I never told nobody like who my brother was, but he was pretty popular. But I was just like, girl, don't let nobody know that's my brother. Girl, by the time I made it to lunch, everybody was like, that's your brother, that's your brother, that's your brother, that's your brother. Like, how did you know this? How did you know? Oh, because he had told that girl to leave you alone. I'm like, he don't got to tell no bitch to leave me alone. I don't even know why he did that. Don't tell her. Do not tell her. Don't tell her. But unfortunately, we never fought. And it took me a long time. I thought about that, for a long periodically time. I was like, I should have beat that ass when I got off the bus. Like, why? Because we rode the same bus as well. Like, why did I not get off at her bus stop and beat her motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? And it was really that I wanted to whoop your ass if you are watching this, girl, for the simple fact that you thought I had an issue with you when I did it. But I would have gave you an issue on that day. Like, that's why I'm like, girl, I know why I ain't fight her. Because my best friend told me, if you fight on the bus, you're going to get suspended from school. And I really believe that. I really believe that if I fought on the bus, I was going to get suspended from school. And I did not want to get suspended from school for like a whole week off of beating this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that. And I was upset with my best friend for a long time for telling me that shit that ended up not being true. So, I really thought about that. But either way, like, I mean, it's all good. Like, she's straight. She cool. She all right. I mean, we haven't really crossed paths a lot. I mean, but, whenever I saw her, like, after school, like, why would you be still beefing? Why would you still be beefing with somebody after you left high school, for real, for real? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But I think people used to put my name and stuff. And I ain't even used to have much said about these folks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I was just a good target to put stuff on me. Like, I don't even be talking about these people like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it be like that sometimes. But anyway, girl, that's that. Good luck. All right. But yeah, I wish she would have asked her that. Like, girl, when was the time you had to get security in your adult life to prevent you from getting in some type of confrontation? What was that about? Savannah, girl, if you see this, answer that. Hop in my DM, send me a letter or something, let me know. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Let's keep going. All right. Let's get into this. Now, we talked about this the other day with Tamar Braxton and I was finna say Colonel Sanders. I do apologize. His name is Jeremy Robertson, JR. She came out with this long post. Because remember I told y'all he took to social media going in because he felt the way about her, I guess, sitting up there laughing, cracking jokes or whatever about him. And he felt the way about that, right? And I didn't watch the full episode of her interview to know exactly what he was referring to, but I knew he was upset by something Tamar said because he referenced CK. So now they're in this interview, and shout out to Jasmine Brand because they do have the clip, and I want to play the clip to see what kind of made him getting his feelings about, the Tamar situation. You know what? Before we get into that, I saw somebody say definitely jealousy. Let me tell you something. Now I'm going to talk about something else before we get into this. So my best friend has a cousin that had a group of friends that I never remember meeting. I remember us going to it's not really, it's a club, but it really was like a relaxing, chill out type spot or whatever. And I remember going with my best friend, her cousin, and her cousin's friends, but I don't remember who her friends were. So it got back to me that one of the girls did not like me, and I don't ever remember having an interaction with this bitch in my life. And this was a few years ago. Okay, this could have been, maybe more than a few years ago. It could have been maybe like 2017 or something like that. I do not remember who the fuck this girl is. My best friend referenced who she was. Like, you don't remember such and such? No, and I'm not even capping. Like, I want to remember who the fuck she is. I go to her Facebook page. I said, I do not know I do not remember this girl. I'm so sorry. I don't even know why she didn't like me. I know when we were out and about, a lot of guys approached me, but that's not my fault, okay? When you have hips, caboose, all of that, they're going to approach you. That don't mean that you're interested, whatever the case is. I think it has something to do with that. Because she said she ran the situation by her mama, and her mama was like, oh, they jealous. They jealous. That's what that is. Like, she's a cute girl. She got a great, nice figure on her. Like, that's all that is, because she ain't really talked to them. So what would be the issue for them to have about her? Like, they don't even know her. I'm like, girl, your own mamas be knowing, don't it? I don't even know this girl. And you don't like me? That's fine. But I don't know. I don't remember interacting with the girl or nothing. But people really be like that. And it's really like, for what? Like, it's never that deep. It should never be that deep that you don't like somebody because You may find them nice looking, they're pretty outgoing or whatever. Like, I mean, and you only met them like one night for a split second. That's more about what you got going on, dear heart. Okay. So, and it's crazy because I don't remember seeing her that time, and I've never seen her ever again, and still don't remember her. Child, it's crazy. I remember the situation because my best friend told me about it, but I don't remember her. Ain't that sad? Anywho, girl, good luck. Let's keep going. So let's get into Tamar, and let's see what she's saying.
You're engaged. Y'all do not like that man.
This is why he should leave your ass right here, Tamar. Why is it that funny that people don't like your man? That is weird. And you're laughing, and then you're letting Carlos laugh too. You're a joke, and I would have broke up with your ass like as soon as this video dropped. Like it would have been done. And maybe I could be tripping, so let me know. But I don't like that. Hey, you laughing like it's that funny? This is your man.
We gotta talk about Colonel Sanders, honey.
And then let this man call your man Colonel Sanders. And let me tell y'all, he got that Colonel Sanders from the internet. And if other people on the internet has referred to your man as Colonel Sanders, I wouldn't be surprised if you heard from him that he does not like that shit. And you're sitting here letting this person do it.
Let's talk. Okay, let's talk about Colonel Sanders, honey.
Oh, no, don't call him that. Don't do that.
No, you know, but that's our joke. That's a joke. Cause you know, sometimes when I see, first of all, I've spoken to him, okay, because real life, this is my sister in real life.
In real life,
like we're close. I've spoken to him, and I want y'all to know this. Y'all know me. I don't lie, right? You're engaged.
Let's keep going. He talking about he don't lie.
I don't want to hear that, baby.
No, he's.
Ooh, not Tamar pretty much saying you do lie because the people don't want to hear it.
He's really nice. He's a nice guy. He's handsome. When I look at him, I sometimes crave for a two-piece chicken. You know, thigh and leg with mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit.
You do not look like that.
I'm teasing you, girl. I'm teasing. I've spoken to him.
They don't want to hear that, baby.
No, he's.
What? So he was taking jabs at this woman's husband and fiance, and that's why he went the hell off.
Love you. A lot of people want you to be happy. You are in a relationship. You're engaged.
Y'all do not like that man.
And this is where she laughs. I can't.
Now listen. We gotta talk about Colonel Sanders, honey.
I'm not ready. My dress is up high.
Let's talk. Okay, let's talk about Colonel Sanders, honey.
Oh, no, don't call him that. Don't do that.
No, you know, but that's our joke. That's a joke. You know, sometimes when I see, first of all, I've spoken to him. Okay.
The fact that he said that's our joke, that's our jokey joke, he calls him that on a regular. And Tamar lets it fly.
Real life, you know, listen, a lot of people love you. A lot of people want you to be happy. You are in a relationship, sister, in real life.
In real life,
like we're close. I've spoken to him, and I want y'all to know this. Y'all know me, I don't lie, right? I've spoken to him.
They don't want to hear that, baby.
No, he's really nice. He's a nice guy. He's handsome. When I look at him, I sometimes crave for a two-piece chicken, you know, thigh and leg with mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit.
You do not look like that.
I'm teasing you, girl. I'm teasing.
He
No,
don't
he's
look like
very
that.
handsome. Talk to me about that relationship because, listen, one thing about she and I, we are honest to our fans and to the audience, right? The fact that you like, y'all don't like him. The only thing I can say is we have personal conversations. I would never spill her tea because that's not who I am. Her other friends be doing it, and I be texting her like, "You playing like your friend? He just sister in real life.
In real life.
In real life, like we're close. I spoke it to him, and I want y'all to."
That's messy. He says sometimes a person doesn't love you for real. They just know you're a good person and they would hate to see you loving someone else the way you love them. Baby, he clocked in. Let me tell y'all something. Mr. JR been clocked in for a minute on her. That's why when you go over here, she says,
Y'all know me.
do whatever you want to do. I'm so tired. And this is her waving all the white flags. But it's like, this is what I be talking about when I say Tamar be going on playing victim about stuff. And this is what he also was saying when he said you like to go on and do indirect stuff and let your fans say that you really be wanting to say. So when you get yourself in these predicaments, you make sure you don't go so far. So when somebody fronts you on it, you could be like, well, I didn't do that. Or, well, I didn't say that or whatever. But you allow it or either you imply it. And I just think that's messed up. And if that man don't ever want to marry you, then, hey, that's what it is. Hey, I feel like that's on you. But maybe he'll be saving you. He do got a lot of kids, and it don't seem like the baby mamas care for you anyway. So that's just giving every bit of horrible. Okay? Terrible. But, child, good luck. You know what I want to talk about that I haven't gotten into? And I'll have to find it. Or whatever. But y'all remember Winter from Bad Girls Club? She went on to do a video where she got like really emotional over her veneers. She was talking about how her veneers hurt her teeth or whatever like that. She feels like she got a botched job done of some sort. And she was doing a video and she was just crying from having her teeth messed up. And I mean, it's a really sad situation. I mean, I hate that for her that, you know, your teeth is tore down from them veneers. Let me see if I can find where she was crying over this. I mean, I felt slightly bad for her. Like, dang, like that's messed up. I hate that you probably spent all that money to get your teeth done only for, you know, you to be in this situation where they're jacked the hell up. Here it is. Let me see. It's a long video, girl. We may not listen to the whole thing. I got out.
I know that I look crazy and it's so embarrassing to come crying on the internet, but this stuff that I have been dealing with for 2 years because of my freaking teeth.
Before we go on, y'all know I like to ask for likes. We have over 300 people, so hopefully we could get to 200, okay?
It's like I don't even know what to do anymore, and like the only place I can really go to is my platforms. As everybody pretty much knows, 2 years ago, I had dental work done at Smile Dental Center 32 in Miami, and it ruined my life. Like, literally ruined my life. And I'm still dealing with it to this day. And I just left another doctor, another TMJ doctor. This is the third or fourth one that I've gone to. And I'm just very overwhelmed. Like, the medical industry, the dental industry in America is like, they literally do not care about what you are going through. Like, everything is about money for them.
That's
And, like,
America.
I understand, like, people have to get paid, but it's like, the fact that, like, I can't do anything. Like, I can't use insurance. I can't do anything. I've already spent $80,000 pretty much on this whole situation in 2 years. And I go to another TMJ doctor because I have severe TMJ now because of the veneers that Smile Dental Center did. They lost my bite. I have severe TMJ. I got my teeth redone. It didn't fix it. That was another $30,000. It's just like, I just had an appointment and, like, you know, they're telling me, like, okay, we could do this, and it, you know, it could be a big money pit, and, you know, it could be,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
another $80K, and, you know, it might not work. Like, I've spent so much money with so many doctors, just praying that.
So TMJ is pretty much like pain and jaw joint, like in like the muscles around her jawbone, like that is kind of what they're saying it is. Like, ooh, I can imagine how much pain that is, just laying down, going to sleep, just trying to eat something. Like, that's crazy. They said it's persistent pain or tenderness in your jaw, or if you can't open or close your jaw completely. And I feel like, you know, although I never really liked Winter from BGC, because I always thought she was a white woman trying to be black. I don't know what the hell she is now, because she done got this tan, this Brazilian hair. I don't know what she is. But what I'll say is this. I can sympathize with her, and I hate that she has to go through that. And I appreciate her being open and vulnerable about what is happening with her, because a lot of people that got veneers don't talk about it. At least I haven't seen them. Not a lot of the celebrities, or I ain't gonna say, I don't think she's a celeb, but she's definitely like a public figure, well known or whatever. So a lot of them that rush to go get this procedure done, they don't talk about it. And I feel like they don't out of fear or out of embarrassment that they went and got it done. But I guarantee you, their friends have heard about it, their family have heard about it, and they regret the decision that they made to get this stuff. And then y'all get it at such a young age. And I hate that, because I feel like this may be better suited for people as they get in their older years. You know, and I think it would be a better option versus getting dentures, in my personal, right? But y'all getting this stuff at a young age, and a lot of this stuff is irreversible. This girl spent 80 racks in 2 years. Jesus, like, girl, that's a down payment probably on more than one house. I can't. That's a lot.
Something works for me, and nothing works. Nothing ever works. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I can't even sue the freaking dentist. Every time I come on here telling my story about what happened, which is a crazy ass story, I'm like, just sue. Why don't you sue? If I could sue, that would be the first thing I'm doing. But I can't do that. I can't do that. It's not possible. Like, can't sue for my sensory issues. My sensory issues are unknown. Every time I go to a doctor, they've never heard of it. And you can't prove that they gave you these issues, because there's no way to diagnose it specifically. Like, it's just a whole thing. They offered to give me my money back within the first year, and I told them no, so that I could bring awareness, because like, people are just like, you know, out there getting veneers and whatever the case may be. Like, my life is literally ruined because I got my teeth redone. Like,
So they offered to give you your money back. I would have got my money back and still talked about that.
may be, like, my life is literally ruined because I got my teeth redone. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm constantly in pain. I can't even close my mouth properly after a retainer every single day, 24/7 pretty much, to even close my mouth comfortably. No bite adjustments can fix it. Nothing. I've done 100 bite adjustments. I've gone to 10 different dentists, 4 different TMJ doctors. I've done integrative medicine. I've done acupuncture. I've done everything you could possibly. I've done hypnosis. I've literally done everything you could possibly do to try to fix these issues. I've been called crazy by my primary care doctor at Kaiser. They told me to see a therapist because I'm what I'm going through. At this point, like, I just don't know what to do. I'm in severe pain. I've gotten freaking masseter Botox twice. My fucking face is slimmed the fuck out. Like, I look crazy as fuck because I'm in pain 24/7. It's just, I guess my only thing is just don't get fucking veneers and know that, like, something like this can ruin your life, like, literally. And quite frankly, I'm not giving nobody else 80 fucking bands. Like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, the fact that these people are so, like, just everything is so money driven, and like, I understand, but it's like, this shit is like really medical for me. Like, why does nobody care about people in chronic pain without you having to fucking spend 80 bands twice? Like, that's crazy as fuck to me.
That is crazy as F, girl. And see, that's why y'all gotta have y'all own mind. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people go and get these procedures done based on what they think is the end thing to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? For what they see everybody else do. I hate that. I don't think that she really needed her teeth done when I reflect on Winter and her teeth. I mean, a lot of times people don't need work done, but we can't be our worst critics and then assume that that's something that we need, and then therefore we go and get it done. I hate that for her. Just like Erica Banks. I know she finna regret this decision her silly ass made, baby. We have got to talk about this bitch. I'm sorry, and I'm not here to body shame, but girl, I am here to talk about the body, okay? It's really that simple for me. It's giving a fucking mess. You could barely see on the screen her wide body, but you see it here in this picture. And of course, I don't have it blown up for a reason because YouTube be acting funny, child. But they saying she went and got another BBL. She got 2 of them. And I remember seeing an article she did maybe it was 2019 or maybe it was later than 2020. Can't remember, but she was planning on getting one. She got one because she felt like it was going to help her career. Matter of fact, y'all know I want to find the article to see. Let's see, child. Because, girl, not you thought it was going to help your career. That's terrible, girl. Because Megan out here eating with her career. Child, that is terrible. Oh, shit. And Erica had it together. You know what I'm saying? She really had it, she looked great. She didn't need it. They said during her interview, Banks explained that she felt women in the music industry feel pressure to get cosmetic work done to get ahead. While she said that she has wanted to get a BBL since high school, she did feel that it was necessary for her career. I knew in the career field that it would help, she explained before adding, I got it because I knew it's something I had to do, and it's also something I wanted to do because I'm just not a gym girl. Well, you should have became one.
Pressure kind of to get them up, to have that look.
I definitely feel like they pressure, but I don't feel like that's why women get it. Like, the world has this narrative of women getting their body done because the internet bullied them into doing it. Like, people even saying it about me, oh, she got.
I feel like that's a portion.
I said in high school that that's something that I wanted to do for my own life, for my own convenience, because I knew what I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying?
So if it's not bullied, then I feel like it is heavily pressured or heavily influenced. Because if you never heard of BBLs, you would have never tried to get one. You had to be influenced in some type of way by seeing it online and seeing the reaction that possibly a lot of women got from other men. And that may be the reason why you wanted it. Now, I'm not going to judge you on getting your BBL. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gonna do, because y'all gonna do that anyway, because it's just how y'all is. But it's you going to get a second one that made you look a wide body ass mess. Okay? And you are going to regret that, because for you to say that you're not a gym girl, y'all gonna get y'all grown woman weight. And you're gonna be wide and all outside, in the words of Smokey. Okay? Who I do believe it was him that said it. But either way, girl, you gonna hate that decision, girl. You better become a gym. You may not have been one before, bitch, but you might want to become one now. But I don't want to shame you. I'm just saying, when I see the teeth situation and it looked all good at one point, and then now she over here suffering, I feel like with you gonna suffer at some point too. It's giving K. Michelle, you gonna cry. You gonna pay me in tears. Like, girl, you gonna pay in them tears in a minute. K. Michelle had all that extra badonkadonk too, and she had to go and get that shit sucked the fuck out. And I hope that they got most of it out. You know what I'm saying? Then she did a whole show. I don't know what happened to that show, but she did a whole show on botched surgeries. And I'm not saying yours was botched. I just feel like you went and got it amplified beyond what was needed.
Do you feel like in this industry
fast forward, own convenience, because I knew what I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? So some women do it because of the internet. Some women do it because they genuinely just want to fix their shit up without having to fucking go to the gym every day. And I feel that.
You just said, like, you got it done because you knew what you wanted to be. So do you feel like you getting a BBL enhanced your career as an artist?
Absolutely. If we just being honest, yeah, like, it definitely does. And I knew in the career field that it would help. But like I always come back to, let's not say that I said that I got it because people said I should get it. I got it because I knew it's something I had to do, and it's also something that I wanted to do because I'm just.
Am I tripping? If you're saying that it's something, if you're saying that people didn't tell you you should, but then you turn around and say that it was something you had to do, obviously people were leading you to believe that you should. I could be tripping. Maybe it's me tripping, but I feel like you might be contradicting yourself just a little bit. Or maybe I'm not understanding what you're saying, and it could be me.
Not a gym girl.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go to the gym now. I'm a lot more
Yeah, 'cause-
motivated,
yeah.
you know, because I can see it. But before, like a year ago, I was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm tired of this damn Stairmaster kicking my ass. Like, I'm finna go get this shit fucking sucked out. And I did. So
Yeah.
that's how they went. And I
You
look
got it
fucking
sucked
good.
out
So
and
if
put in. Now listen, I don't blame nobody for wanting to get a little suck out now. Okay? I don't blame nobody for getting a little suck out. But I think when you get it sucked or put in, I don't know. I just feel like it's probably going to spread and ain't no telling where it's going to go. But I guess it's your own body fat. I don't know. I don't know, girl. I don't know about their life.
anybody got an issue with it, take it up with the motherfucking doctor.
Okay,
Period.
hello.
No. Why would we take it up with the doctor when the doctor is over here taking up your damn money? Are you okay? No, we need to take it up with you because you out here wasting your goddamn money. But we're going to let you do what you want to do because that's just how y'all is, okay? It was the second one. I don't think you needed to go and get the second one. When was this interview? It was in 2022. Okay. She did this in 2022. And what I think I do remember seeing her in the gym. I feel like she stopped going to the gym. And so she went and got this procedure done again to get stuff sucked out. And what I'm questioning is when you got it sucked out this time, did you really get it put in your butt? Or is it that you gained some of your grown woman weight, or you just gained weight in general over the past 2 years, and it makes your butt look bigger than what it is because you got more sucked out of your stomach, is what I'm wondering. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe she didn't get a second one, but I could have sworn she said online that it was a second BBL. I think she said BBL 2 or something like that. You might as well go and hop on that BBL Drizzy beat. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I don't see where she said it was the second one. I'm not saying. Oh, I see where she said it was the second one. BBL round 2 ain't no. Oh, but hey, the body is even more. Never getting surgery ever again in my life. What does it say? It's shit is hell on wheels, man. Get me to the effing springtime already. So this was 24 weeks ago. December 12th was when she made this during her downtime when she went and got the BBL 2. Girl, you okay, ma'am. And then all we get online is you displaying your body all over the place. And then now you be doing your OnlyFans and stuff. I am a bit disappointed. I think she's very talented. I don't think it was needed at all. You know, she raps about being on TV, and I'm a little afraid that that's as far as your career is going to go. Honestly, I think Erica is very talented. When I first learned about her, I think it was in 2019, maybe 2020, early 2020. I don't know which one it was, but I remember listening to like one of her mixtapes or something, like right when she signed to 1501. I thought it was really good. I thought she did great. And to see what you've become, you know, has been a bit disappointing. You let 1501 get in your head and try and create competition between you and Megan. I think in the beginning, she wasn't trying to have no beef with Megan. But at some point, she definitely fed into the bullshit of it all. And I hate that for her. And now you ain't even with the label no more. And the only thing you got to show for it is BBLs and Busset. Girl, let me move on. Good luck, ma'am. Good luck to the people with the veneers and the BBLs. I'm hoping that the future looks up for you guys. I'm sure that there are, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that's suffering in silence out of embarrassment. They don't want to let people know what they really experiencing. But you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and move on. Who else I want to get into? Oh yes, this is what I want to get into so we can wrap this thing up. Okay. Oh, before we get into them real quick, I did pull up Trump. They're saying Trump found guilty on all counts in hush money. So I don't know what's going to happen with his situation. The question says, what happens now that Donald Trump has been found guilty of all 34 charges?
Guilty of all 34 charges in his New York hush money trial. There are a few possibilities, but first, Trump needs to be sentenced, and that sentence could range anywhere from probation to several years in prison. Each of the 34
Girl, that man
Class
ain't
E
going.
felonies that Trump has been convicted of carry a maximum sentence of 4 years, although New York law caps that sentencing at 20 years. Legal experts say Trump is unlikely to be sentenced to anywhere near that kind of prison time. Sentencing has been set for July 11th.
Oh,
just 4
wow.
days before the Republican National Convention will take place in Milwaukee, where Trump is expected to accept the Republican presidential nomination. As a former president, Donald Trump is entitled to Secret Service for the rest of his life, wherever he is, even if where he is prison. A jury convicted the former president on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in order to commit or conceal another crime. This means Trump has been found guilty of unlawfully interfering with the 2016 election through a hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels, who said she had an affair with Trump in 2006.
Girl, this man shouldn't even be on the damn ballot. Girl, what? Not you instead of being paid money to a PORN star. What? The alleged Trump falsified the records to conceal unlawfully interfering in the 2016 presidential election. That's another reason why he shouldn't be in the running for nothing. You already violated your chance when you interfered with the presidential election in the past. And he did this through $130,000 of hush money payment, making the falsification charges felonies. Girl, and y'all still gonna let and watch how he goes along, and he's gonna be right there on that ballot, and he is going to move forward and accept the nomination. Y'all have put so many charges and everything, found him guilty of so many crimes against him over the past year, and this man has still been out here advocating for his presidency in the next term, the next election. So that's why I don't see really nothing happening to him here. We've been all over here focused on what the hell is happening in Atlanta. And you got, I forgot her name, but the lady that was over the case messing around with the other guy. You got us all down here focused on that because she's trying to, make sure that he is held accountable for him trying to interfere in the other election, the recent election, right? So you got us focused on all of that stuff. Whole time he had this case going on. We wasn't paying attention to this, and now he has been charged, found guilty for 34 counts. And his sentencing is days before the nomination acceptance. And watch how he shows up to accept the nomination despite. Girl, that is some bullshit there, honey. That is some mess there, girl. Well, we'll just have to see how that's going to play out, child. Let us go ahead and hop over here and get into Shaunie O'Neal. All right. So this is what came about, and I found this to be very interesting. A lot of people were saying that Shaunie O'Neal gave up $50,000, or at least this one person said Shaunie gave up $50,000 a month in alimony to marry Keion Henderson. The question became, would you give up $50,000 a month if you found the love of your life? First of all, hell damn no. Okay. Because if you the love of my life, you going to hang in right where the hell you at. Okay, it's giving Tina Turner, we gonna be where we at forever. Forever. Because I don't think she married that man to the very last minute. Okay, so that's what it's giving. However, I do not believe that this is actual factual, and I'll tell y'all why. But they're saying that in addition to Shaunie being executive producer of Basketball Wives and Baller Wives, meaning she has her own money, Keion is the founder and lead pastor of a church with 5 campuses that's bringing in 100,000 plus congregants weekly. She is not worried about no $50,000, baby. That's what they say. Now, I wanted to go back into the archive because I was like, dang, Shaunie was getting 50 racks from Shaquille O'Neal. Well, let's talk about it, all right? So this is back on TMZ in 2019. 2013, they said Shaquille O'Neal was holding Shaunie's reality show hostage for $1 million. Okay. Now, they're going to get into the details of what she was getting a month. They're saying Shaq's blocking Shaunie O'Neal's reality show out of spite because of his own failed reality show attempts and demanded a ransom of $1 million to give her the go-ahead. Shaunie tried to get a judge to effectively greenlight her attempt to put her kids in a new reality show. And Shaquille wasn't with it, all right? But in her legal documents, they're saying Shaunie says it's all sour grapes, claiming Shaq tried and failed 3 times to do a reality show with his kids. But sources close to Shaq tell us it's simply not true. And if a network wanted a reality show, he's way more marketable than her. Shaunie also claims in the docs that Shaq was okay with her show as long as she gave him $1 million, which she refused to do. They're saying their Shaq sources says that was ridiculous. The last thing he need is money. Shaunie grosses that she needs to do the show to pay the bills because she gets no alimony. But we've learned that Shaq pays her $100,000 a month in child support for their 4 kids. Now that's $100,000 divided by about $25,000 per child is what they're saying. Now, Shaunie says Shaq barely gives her 2 craps about the kids and only sees them 8 to 10 days a year. Shaq sources says that Shaunie was lying. He sees the kids plenty and is very involved in their school. A hearing on Shaunie's bid to do the show will be held at the next month or whatever. We know Shaunie did go on to do her show. So Shaunie and Shaq was really out here beefed the fuck out. You hear what I'm saying? They was really out here beefing the hell out. Now, let's hop over here to Black Sports Online, where they also talked more about it. They said Shaquille O'Neal avoided paying potentially $200 million in divorce settlement due to a specific Florida law. Right? So they're saying in 2007, Shaunie and Shaq filed for a divorce after 5 years of marriage. They birthed 4 children. The following year, he dropped the action, but the pair ultimately restarted the divorce process, and it was finalized in 2011. In many cases involving well-known athletes going through a divorce, the former spouse frequently ends up giving their ex-spouse access to about 50% of their financial assets. Well, Shaquille O'Neal was fortunate to have a prenuptial agreement in place that safeguarded majority of his assets. Although there was a chance that the legality of the prenup would have been contested, it was nonetheless enforceable in Florida. Shaq might have been required to distribute half of his assets if Shaunie and their kids had been living in California at the time due to the state's law. However, because the divorce proceedings were started in Florida while he was a member of the Miami Heat, his $400 million net worth wasn't divided equally. Girl, that is some messy shit. Now, I feel like Shaunie about filed for a divorce from his ex when they was in California, and I wouldn't be surprised if he sat up there and finessed her and wooed her. And then when he went over there to Miami, I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one that filed for they got divorced. Like, I know she don't want to be with me. Let me go ahead and just file this so that, you know I'm going to come out on the better end because she ain't going to get shit. Probably convinced her to move to Florida and everything, baby. Ooh, that's messy. So, anywho. All right. So he didn't have to split his $400 million net worth equally. They're saying Shaunie received $10,000 a month in child support from Shaq for each child. So what's that, about $40,000? Then they said that coupled with an additional $10,000 set aside for alimony. So she was getting about $50,000. Okay, about $50,000 in income from Shaq. Is what it seems. Shaq did have financial obligations. This arrangement meant that until all 4 children turned 18, he was required by law to set aside a percentage of his earnings for this use. Now, when we go back to the conversation of them saying that Shaunie gave up 50 racks when she met Keion to marry him, I don't believe she was making no $50,000. I feel like she could have been, and I don't know how long he was supposed to pay her that alimony either, right? Maybe that alimony was for him to pay her forever. So let's say she was still getting that $10,000. I think she may have, at least by the time she married Keion, I feel like her daughter was the only one that was in college. Or no, her daughter who's now in college that plays basketball. I think that was her youngest. So was she really? Because once those kids turned 18, he stopped paying that. So I don't think she was getting no $50,000. I think she could have been getting maybe 20,000. 30 if that. Granted, she didn't have to marry Keion and she could have kept that coinage for the kids that was under. But based on how Shaq has grown, in my opinion, he may have continued to pay her that money. He probably continued to pay her even after that. So the whole story about this 50,000, one, I don't believe that was the case, because most of her kids were already grown by that time. Matter of fact, that's what I wondered. Because when did they get married? Like 2 years ago? That's what I thought. Maybe it was 3 years ago. When did they marry each other? I think it could have been like, what, 2021? Okay, it was 2022 when they got married. I think most of her kids were already grown by then. I feel like she may have had one child that could have been in the household. Maybe two. Is what I would want to believe. All right, let me see here. Sharif, 24 years old. And they just married, what's that, like almost 2. So they married like 2 years ago. This young girl who's now 18, this is the one that I was thinking about that would have still been underage, right? He's 27. This is the oldest. Then you got Shakir, 21, and then you got her, 22. So that's what I'm saying. Like, her only child that would have really been 18 that she would have been making money off of child support wise would have been the baby girl that's 18 now. So if he's paying $10,000 per child plus her alimony, so at most she probably was getting 10 to 20,000 off of Shaq. But she damn sure wasn't getting no 50K in alimony. She was getting like 10K. All right. So there's that. So one, I just wanted to bring that to the front because I didn't believe that to be completely true, and I had to look that up, which we did. But y'all let me know if you was getting like 50 racks, would you put that down and marry the next person? They saying he getting a lot of money. He got like 5 different campuses, child, with all these people that's probably donate on a weekly basis. So maybe she's living good. She got assets she got to protect too. And she's probably making well over whatever she was getting from Shaq with basketball wives and stuff. It ain't no telling what else she got her hands into, because I believe she was working on like getting into like some weed and stuff like that, a weed company or whatever, which took her down there to Texas from my understanding. So yeah, y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that. I think Shaunie straight. If she want to marry him, girl, marry him. But this $50,000 number kept sticking out to me because in January, there was a man alleging that he slept and messed around with Shaunie and she paid him $50,000. And now here we are hearing that it's $50,000 a month in alimony. I said, girl, y'all just going to keep putting these $50,000 lies on this lady, huh? But anywho, girl, good luck. That's what's going on. Now I want to get into this last thing. Y'all know we get into our court show reactions over here, and one of the ones that's been going viral has been of Judge Cedric Simpson talking with a person whose license had been suspended and was not supposed to be driving to begin with, and this fool decides he finna call into the courthouse as he's driving. So let us get into this quick clip.
Be present Zoom. Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present in Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking.
This be the shit for me. I just hate how people call into the courtroom and in my personal be disrespected. Okay? And be disrespectful. Like, why do y'all, I'm pulling into my doctor's office 1 second. No, you don't. It ain't no 1 second over here. Okay? I am your honor. It's not no 1 second. You should have already been in place because you knew you had a damn call to get on. Okay? Make sure you was good. y'all gonna have to let go of these Zooms, but don't let them go. Because I'm gonna keep watching them over here on my channel. Hello, but let's keep going.
Right now.
Look at the judge.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in
Holla.
right now at this second. Yes, I am.
Yes,
All right.
I
What are
am.
you doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter.
Adjournment.
Possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended,
Baby.
That is correct, Your Honor.
and he was just driving, and he didn't have a license.
Look at his face, y'all. Please look at his face. Please.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at
Let me tell y'all, this is where y'all know that these defendants or the defense attorney, whoever they is on the state, whoever represent him is what is given. Girl, she's not for you. She must be a public defender or something because she's not defending you, sir. Because she should have told your mother, it's whatever you do not call in here driving. Maybe she just expected you to have that type of common sense. And once you hopped on, it was nothing she could do about it at that point. What she should have did was requested to have a side-by-side in a breakout room to talk to him to make sure he's on track before they go before this damn judge. But she ain't on your side.
record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Girl, this maze to him. He has no words. The judge is like, yes, this is some funny here. It's comical. We're here.
Hello?
Hello, bitch, I'm hollering because they went blank on him. Listen, I don't even know if this lady is representing him. I feel like she might be for the state because it looks like she's sitting on the opposite side. So I don't even know if she's representing him or not, but somebody should have talked to him before they came to the front.
Minute, Mr. Harris.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked
Ooh.
in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Don't be shook now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Harris, I'll be giving you a call.
Okay.
No, now she want to give somebody a call, but you should have called him before that.
Court calls the case, People versus Maya Isom.
Alan Silver on behalf of the town.
Girl, he
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Page for Ms.
Girl, he just sitting there looking dumb as hell. How embarrassing is that? And listen, the way the judge handled this case, I said I wanted to get into one more, okay? It looks like somebody's having an issue with their probation of some sort. Not sure what it's about, but we're going to get into it together. So let us check this video out.
Ma'am, you want to keep interrupting me?
Uh-uh.
Court calls the case of the People versus Marquita Simmons. She's on. Thank you.
Public Defender Natalie Page for Ms. Simmons, who should be present via Zoom.
Looks like she is. Can you state your name, please?
Marquita Simmons, sir.
Your Honor, Ms. Simmons is before the court for a violation of probation hearing. She is at her 2-year max of probation term. She owes a balance of $3,775. She's made no payments towards her fines and costs and/or restitution. She's failed to report to probation as directed, failed to complete the theft class, failed to complete her 25 hours of community service.
Oh, damn, she ain't doing that.
Her fingerprints. She also held the bench warrant out of the 15th District Court. Given all of the violations in this case, probation is asking that she be remanded for 365 days in jail, that she complete the in-jail MRT program, with the court to consider an early release upon completion of that program, waive remaining terms, accepting the financial obligation, and discharge from probation.
Thank you, Your Honor. Did have the opportunity to discuss this with Ms. Simmons on a few occasions. We did discuss both the alleged violations as well as the recommendation. Ms. Simmons does acknowledge and admit that she has violated probation in those alleged ways. However, as to the recommendation, she represented to me that she is a single mother to a 4-year-old nonverbal autistic daughter. And very unfortunately, she did struggle with homelessness starting in December of last year and lasting month. She was able to get into state housing in Flint. We are respectfully requesting the court to consider discharging Ms. Simmons from probation without improvement, but in ordering the restitution, of course, or continuing that order, but we are asking the court to consider not remanding her at this time. Ms. Simmons does acknowledge and take responsibility for the violations, but she is very concerned that if she was remanded, certainly to serve a year in jail, that her 4-year-old daughter would have, frankly, nowhere to go, and she has nowhere else that would care for her, and that we would respectfully request the court to not remand her or order any jail time, but to just simply discharge her from probation without improvement.
But she's done nothing.
Right. Not a thing.
This case started as a felony. I mean, the court is aware that it
Yeah.
was reduced down to a misdemeanor.
And you got to at least try.
And she's made no effort to get any of the things done. I do know that she had some communications with my office indicating that she was never told, which they
Never told what?
that there was many attempts made by my office to get her back into compliance and or reach out to her. The only time that probation started with any consistency was yesterday before court.
No, excuse me, Judge, may I speak, please?
Yes, go ahead.
I never even met Miss Ellen. After the court date and all the appearances and things like that, I tried to contact her to see what the stipulations of my probation was. She never contacted me.
Hold on. You're telling me you tried to contact my probation office and they didn't call you back?
Yes, sir. I emailed.
I do not believe that. I don't believe
sir.
that for a minute.
Yes, sir. I don't have no reason to lie on this lady or myself, sir. I did report where I was supposed to, and I contacted her, and I talked to the secretary lady. A lot of times she was always in court, and she said she'll give her the message to call me
Ms.
back.
Polera is only in court with me 2 days a week max. So that I know that's not true.
I don't have to lie to you,
If you
sir.
want me to go pull the phone logs, we can tell exactly when
Oh
you made
my,
that
not
call.
him pulling
What
the
dates
phone
did you
log.
call?
It's been a long time. It's been over a year since I've called.
And
That's been
over a
long
year
time.
that
It's
you
been
haven't
over a
done
year.
shit.
Your Honor, I can tell you, I've received a total of 3 report forms from her in the 2 years.
Three report forms.
3, a total of 3 in the 2 years. I have phone conversations.
Well, just so the record's clear, that's a monthly reporting. So if my math's correct, 2 years is 24 and only received 3. So we're about 21 short. Go ahead, Ms. Blair. I'm sorry.
I also spoke with her directly on March 20th. The violation of probation hearing was set then. When I spoke with her on that date, all I got was a lot of, I'm not going to do that and I can't do that.
I believe that.
This court date,
I believe that. And my thing is this, the person that's representing you currently, like if you can't reach out to his people, why can't you reach out to the lady standing at the podium that's speaking on your behalf that is going to be able to at least get the information for you? You know what I'm saying? If you can't get in touch with them, you should be able to reach out to her for her to get in touch with them for you. So girl, I don't know. It just seemed like you ain't doing it. And the judge was on it. It's been 2 years and you only gave them 3 months worth of stuff. Ma'am, you finna get locked up.
Finances and I
set
kept
out,
telling
give her
you,
some time to get things completed, and she's done nothing.
I don't have the finances. If you're taking care of a 4-year-old autistic child, what finances do you have? I don't have the finances to pay for restitution. I've been said this in court a long time ago.
You had a felony that got reduced to a misdemeanor. You took the misdemeanor got placed on probation for the longest you could.
pay.
Give that time. You want to keep interrupting me? You go right ahead. And then you did nothing. And then you come before this court. You know, you don't even file the monthly form. That doesn't even require you to be there. You did that 3 times out of 24 times. You did you did nothing. And then you get here, baby. And you know, the problem, you then try to blame Miss Polera that she didn't call you back.
This is so disrespectful. The judge talking to you and bitch you looking in the sky. Girl would
First of all,
and she laughing.
In the years that I
Ooh,
worked
babe, I would have ate
with
her
Miss
up.
Polera, that doesn't happen. You tried to call out and tried to blame the wrong person.
Right.
Anything else? Defendant is remanded to serve 365 days Washtenaw County Jail. I'm ordering that the defendant report to the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to report will result in a bench warrant. That bench warrant will issue without bond.
I don't have any way to
Filing-
get Washtenaw County.
Want to keep
This
interrupting me?
BITCH says she don't got no way. Everything is I can't, I don't got. Girl, let me tell you, you don't need a way because they going to come pick your ass up. You supposed to report. But if you don't report, it's going to be a bench warrant for that ass. And they're going to be knocking at that motherfucking door because they got the gas. And they're going to be pulling up. Girl, not you did all of this and now you got to serve a year in jail. That is so like, and whatever you did to get a felony that turned into a misdemeanor, ma'am, now you want to use your child as an excuse for stuff when you should have been thinking about your child on the front end to not put yourself in no situation like that. Then you come into the courts to show your disrespect for the court and the judicial system. They're going to be on your ass. And then when you come to the courts and try to lie on this lady, like, listen, you're done, baby.
I'm sorry, sir.
Now you sorry. Don't be sorry.
While in jail, the defendant is to complete the in-jail MRT program. I will consider early release upon completion.
Okay. You better complete that
I will waive
bitch
the
in a
remaining
month.
terms, accept the financial obligations, discharge the defendant from probation without improvement. And if you want to believe that I won't issue that warrant, ma'am, try me.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Judge Simpson, how would I supposed to get down there at 6 p.m. with no transportation?
Send the cops for Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Jeremiah Stanley.
Baby, it's the way he dismissed the dog out of her. Girl, I'm going to get into his cases too. Now, y'all know I like the other lady that chewed down the last time we had our case here. Okay, she's located in Atlanta, I believe, or DeKalb or something like that. And then now we're going to have to get into his cases the way he just sat up there and ate both of them up because he ain't playing no games, okay? But that's all I got at this time. I thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure that you guys are liking up the video, subscribing to the channel, sharing the video, following me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming, I swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda, we hitting the jeweler, the flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my